I wanted to show you a new bar that I've gotten. And I've never had a polymer bar, so that's exactly what this is. Most of the bars that you use or that you see are stainless, and I've actually got a bar that's Manel, which I believe is a metal that a friend of ours made for my dad a long time ago. So I got that bar from my dad, when he passed away. I've got some of his things, and I try to use that bar, just kind of in remembrance of him. But I've seen these bars on the internet, and I've seen some people using them. Uh, it's not an endorsement, but I got one from Klein Smith, and it's I think they had them in white and black, and I ended up getting a black one. And just a few thoughts on it. I decided to get a different size. I got a bigger one, which this one is a 15/16. That simply means that this measurement here is the width of it. So it's a little bit bigger and the weight's a little heavier. And the reason for that is, and you might want to think about this, as I've gotten older, it's easier to handle that. It's easier to hold that bigger bar. Also, I find that your intonation, where you're lining up with a fret, if this bar is actually wider, then it's easier to cover that fret with it. Now that's applicable to any bar, not just this one. If you have a 15/16 bar, it's easier to do that. Now my thoughts on the bar are, since we're doing some recording, Jacob's brought it to my attention that you don't have a lot of the overtones like you have like at the 12. So it's actually quieter in the recording, but conversely or whatever, it's not as bright. So it still sounds good. So the bar sounds fine. It's just a little, it doesn't, to me, it may just be my ear, but it doesn't quite sustain as long, maybe, as a stainless bar would. But that's not a bad thing. It's just, to me, I'm going to use it for different applications. It records better. It's like I said, it's a little bit quieter on the sliding. You don't hear as much bar chatter or bar noise. Also, uh, another thing too is that since it's not metal, it's not stainless or Manel, I find that the oils in your hand are, that's anybody, not just me. It's you can hold it a lot easier. It's not as slippery. It doesn't become, slippery like a metal bar would. With that, the actual, normal no oils that you have in your skin, they get on those metal bars, and a lot of times I'll have to clean it like with alcohol or something to keep it where you can hold on to it. So that aspect, I like the size of it. I like the actual way that you can grip it. Okay, so also too, like when you're doing your tremolo or your vibrato, that also is quieter versus a metal bar. Now I'm going to monitor the bar. I notice like you can see it scuffs a little bit, but it still feels slick. And I was looking on the forum, and people are saying that you can actually polish them back. That hasn't been an issue other than I can see it. But when you run your finger across it, it doesn't feel like it's marred at all. So I've had it probably for 2 or 3 weeks now. I've been playing it, off and on. But overall, I like it, and it's really well made. It's nothing wrong with it. It's actually been interesting to use. So I guess to recap, if you're looking to get a new bar, the 15/16, like I said, if you want a bar maybe that's easier to hold, easier to grip, the size definitely, no matter what the metal or the plastic you're getting. But if you're wanting another bar maybe just to try, I would suggest getting a Polymer bar just to try it out. And there's different manufacturers. Like I said, I was just looking on the forum and I've seen a lot of guys talking about these, so I thought I'd try one. So it's Klein Smith. Like I said, overall, it's a good bar. It's just different, a little different, but I'm liking it. And like I said, that's the things I see. It's easier to hold. It's not as slippery in your hand, and it's quieter as far as string noise when you're moving the bar, and actually when you're doing your vibrato. So that's just something to think about. Like I said, I've never had one before. I've never even really played with one. So if you're wanting maybe to try a different bar, maybe a new one, just check it out. You can Google that, just a Polymer steel guitar bars. And like I said, go on the forum and kind of read people's comments. And, there's a lot of, I guess you'd call it like reviews on it. But overall, it's pretty neat. Also, I chose the black one to help me with my fret marking. To me, it seems like it's a little easier to see my frets with this black bar. I thought with the white marking on my frets, if I had the black bar, I could see it easier, like when I'm covering them. And that's true. That works out good with your sight on that. So 2 things, like I said, to think about. The size of it, the 15/16, which is the one I've got. Also, that it's easier to hang on to, I think. Like I said, I don't have any issues with that. And it's a little quieter. It's not as bright, but that's not necessarily a negative. It's just a little different sound than a steel bar will have. So, thought I'd share that with you. And this was my Father's Day's gift. And I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad I got it. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video, and we just want to take this opportunity to thank all our supporters on YouTube and Patreon. And also just a special thank you to our Tier 3 supporters on Patreon. Appreciate what you're doing, how you're helping us out. Also, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to go ahead and press the like and subscribe buttons. You can also join the channel to receive early access to our videos by pressing the join button below. There's a tab and backing track available for this lesson. You can get those as well as over 100 others and other benefits by clicking the card or the link in the description for our Patreon site. So on behalf of Jacob and I just want to tell you thank you again and keep picking.